do, 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 do. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Na 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 na. Oh my gosh! Look who started the show. I'm sorry, guys, but I am so freaking tired today. And again, it's just me. What about, says the champ is here. Oh, thank you. I have my belty there. And Phil's awesome poster. It fit really well on my little, like, privacy screen thing that I have behind me. It's perfect. Hey, Marumi. Hello. Hi, Lord Ravener. Hi, Marumi. Chris Fisk. Hi. 24 Eyes. What's up? What's up? Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm just gonna do another update stream today, and I think I'm gonna show some art. As you might have seen from the thumbnail, I have some art that I kind of gave a sneak peek to, like, you know, a week ago-ish, but I've done some more work on that cover, and I might have, like, a page that I'm pretty proud of from chapter 2 that I'm going to show off as well, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, I'm just here to catch up with everybody and say happy early New Year's to you all. This year is almost over. Thank heavens. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Next year could be worse. I don't know with the way the world is going right now, right? But, you know, I hope it gets better. I hope so. Oh, I'm just so tired today. My gosh. I have been dealing with all sorts of crap. All sorts of crap. The good news is, okay, let me update everyone on the Fiendish #1 campaign. So I mailed out all orders that don't contain a color book should have been shipped out. All domestic U.S. orders. So that includes orders that are the grayscale book with the art book, the standee, and the large posters. Basically everything except for the color book I have, so I'm shipping them all out. I have a few international ones that I haven't shipped out yet, and a couple of US backers did ask for their color. They backed multiple times, thank you so much, and they asked for their grayscale copies of the books to be shipped with the color ones, so those haven't shipped yet. But if you would like your grayscale book shipped early, if you change your mind, just let me know. That's totally cool. I'll ship them separately. But yeah, so that's the progress right now on the shipping for Fiendish. And as for production, I mean, things are kind of moving slow, I guess, right now, since it's like Christmas, New Year's between-ish. But what I did do was I got two copies of this proof book, and I shipped one to the new printer. So this old proof was actually not from the new printer that I'm going with. I got this proof from like the previous printer. I already ordered this from them. So like it shouldn't make much of a difference because it's still like, first of all, this is digital inkjet printing and they're going to use offset printing, so there's always going to be some differences, but this is mostly to check like K value and sizing. And for example, the cover brightness, I was not happy with it, and the title placement, so I adjusted that, so the cover will look very minutely slightly different, but I'm very picky, so the final version of the cover will look a little different. Of course, it'll have spot UV because my old printer couldn't do spot UV. So, but I had 2 copies of this, and I shipped one to the new printer so they could match this exactly. They could match like the placement for everything and double check if the crop was right, and you know, obviously like just general contrast, and yeah, you know, we're not gonna have problems with page order because I checked the proof like 50 million times. So yeah, I did ship this to the new printer, and they should be getting that tomorrow. So with that as a precaution, what they should be producing should be really similar to, you know, pretty much almost exactly like that proof. There's always gonna be some printing differences, but yeah. So things are moving along, and they are getting the pages ready for print. They haven't told me they've gone to print yet. And I think maybe this week is just slow because it's the holidays and most people have Friday off. But last they told me they had formatted everything. So I spent, maybe they have paper shortages. Like, I did ask them to update me on the progress for every stage. So I'm expecting that, and they've been very communicative. So I'm expecting them to let me know when things move forward. Yeah. King of the Squib says, according to the internet, Rainy has been very busy. According to me, I have been very busy, which I have, besides from packing books and the day job, and I'm trying to. I spent a lot of time this past month working out the script, and I had a bunch of commissions and freelance work. I had one job that I just wrapped up, and I feel like I haven't gotten to work on the chapter 2 pages a lot, so I was kind of bummed out about that because I really want to get going on the chapter 2 pages. The good thing is I've been getting a lot of writing done, so a lot of my free time after my day job I've been spending just combing over the script, and it feels like I'm not making progress because all that stuff is, I'm just sitting there editing, making notes and editing, writing for days and days. But I'm proud of the work that's being done there. I planned, so this is a weird idea. I did want to ask everyone about this. So my next book is going to be chapter 2. But I'm thinking of doing a chapter 2.5, which is kind of like a side story / backstory-ish. And it's not strictly part of the main story because the entire thing is a flashback, but I think it's a very important story. It's something that happened in Casimir's past, and I do want to put it out there. And I'm thinking of doing it as a chapter 2.5, probably a non-colored, separate, smaller campaign. But I don't know if everyone would like it as an ash can with chapter 2, or should I run it as a separate campaign? I'm afraid that if I have the ash can, because it's still, it's a whole other book, and if I have that with the chapter 2 campaign, then I'll have to push out fulfillment date. I don't want people to wait forever. So, but anyhow, it's not strictly an ash can, no, because it's long. It's almost a full chapter length. It's at least probably 30, 40 pages. It's a full story. I'm just not going to get it colored. It's going to be sketchy, but because the whole thing is a flashback, I think that works out. But it's a story I really want to tell. So, Eric the Guapo likes ash cans, I remember. Yeah, but except it's not an ash can, it's huge. It's 30 or 40. It's basically another chapter that I decided was not really a proper chapter that I should take out of the main story, but have as a little side book that I would really recommend people read anyways, because it is very relevant, and it helps you understand the characters so much better, and I'm really proud of the story within it. But yeah, because it's almost another full-length chapter. It's not really an ash can, so I don't know. Chris Fizz says, ash can is that way come back in an all one huge bundle. Okay, I might do it as 2 books. That'll be a lot of drawing. I'll have to push back the fulfillment day, which I just don't want people to have to wait too long, but we'll see. I'll start doing the layouts early and see how I feel about the workload, because I'm really worried about making people wait too long from the day they back the book to the fulfillment date. But yeah, I think John says, I think EVS said ash cans cost the same to make as full comics. It depends on, if usually ash cans have shorter page counts, but because usually for ash cans, I'm thinking people would do lower print runs than the per the per volume price actually doesn't go down, because the more you print, the more the per volume price goes down. So I could see that. Yeah, I could see that, but I'm doing, this is like a long, I haven't done the layouts yet, but I'm estimating it's going to be like 40 pages. So I was like, this is my version of Ashcan, because I have to make everything long. Yeah, Ashcan. Right, that's what Ashcans here are 40 pages. So, Sumo Authority says, I think I'm making another campaign as well. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I'll do the layouts and just see. I'll see. Yeah, because I don't want to make people wait. But if the page count is really high, I will do it as another campaign. Just like a short, quick campaign between chapter 2 and 3, right? And it's like a special thing. I won't do many of those, but I have several like side stories I'm thinking of that, I won't do like the art as polished. I'll just do like kind of sketchy art, get the story out, basically like manga style, instead of like the polished, inked, colored American style art, which I love doing, but it's also nice sometimes to like, the story is still there. Like, if you know what you're doing, like your comic should read at the thumbnail stage. So sort of like a couple of side stories. I have ideas for like some of these side stories. So Sumo Story says, I also like making it black and white since it's a flashback. Yeah, it'll be black and white. I don't even know if I'm going to shade it. I might go for like a Bladed Immortal, just, sketchy, like hash style. Does that make sense? I'm not making sense. Hatch style. Yeah. So like a really penciled look. Arrogant Ape says, getting another artist could help speed it along. That's really hard. I'm not opposed to getting another artist to do some like the side stories, and honestly, I desperately would love someone to help me with backgrounds and buildings and background characters. But the thing is, it's really hard to find someone that fits your style and is good enough and is also willing to do like just assistant work, basically. It's not a thing in like people who train to do comics in America for people to. It's not like in Japan where people like, some people are just professional assistants. Like, people don't really do that here. So I think most people who are comic artists, they want to be like the full artist on a series, when honestly it would like make some people's lives a lot easier if you have a main artist and an assistant artist, but nobody wants to be an assistant artist here. So I don't know how I'm gonna find anyone. And like people who are willing to be assistant artists, like they probably don't have the experience that I need to, ink the way I want to and fill in the backgrounds the way I want to without making mistakes. So it's really hard, but I'm not opposed to getting some help. And if you mean like another whole artist to do whole chapters and stuff, that's also hard, because I never liked that in American comics they would switch interior artists like every few issues, and I don't want to do that. I want to do everything I can to be the main artist on my own book. But for like side stories, I was thinking of hiring someone for this, honestly, at first, but then that person that I was thinking of hiring said they were too busy, and honestly I have a hard time finding somebody that has style that would fit my project and also has time. So it's difficult. But maybe I should look more into it. Lord Ravener says, the real question is magnets? Yes to hell, magnets? Do you guys want magnets? Hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Hit the like button. And if you aren't subscribed, you should subscribe. Hit that big red button. Subscribe. Yeah, do that. Yay. Let's see. Crosshatch, yes. I had a brain fart there. Did I mention I'm tired? I'm a little tired. I didn't get much sleep yesterday, and also I've been like kind of stressed out about house stuff. I might have had a contractor run out on me with my money, so that's been kind of stressful. It's it's not pleasant. Like, you guys, I love owning my own house. It's been so nice. I have my own space. I get to do whatever I want, and it's an adorable little house, and it's gonna be so awesome when I'm done renovating it. But like, dealing with contractors, guys, it's like a hell I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies. My gosh, I've gone through like 3 contractors that one of them flaked out. Like, apparently the industry term I've been told is a jackass. And that's not just like a mean word, that's like what contractors call people like this. You know, it's like he talks really good, and he seems to know what he's doing, but he like takes forever and doesn't really do the job and like ever finish a job, or runs away with your money. And I had another guy have like family issues or like family health issues, and it just like left, and I was trying to be understanding, but then he never got back to me. And then a third guy, which is the ongoing situation, has been really weird. And fly-by-night fix-its, it's so painful, because, you know, if I can do something around the house, I do. Like, I've learned how to drywall. I've been doing all the painting. Like, I've like bought power tools. I'm going to do all my own shelving. I want to renovate the laundry room, but there's some stuff I can't do. I need a closet done, and there's like some bigger stuff. So it's been so hard to find somebody. And also, I don't have I would rather be drawing. So this current guy, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I paid a down payment, and the only reason I paid a down payment was because he was recommended by a friend, and he had already mostly finished like a deck for my friend's place. So I was like, oh, seems trustworthy. He already almost finished this job at my friend's place. And so my friend was like, this guy's great. He's doing great work. He built my dad. It's a really good friend. So it's not just like a random person I just barely met. And so I was like, okay, I'll hire the same guy. And so we talked. I showed him everything. Seemed cool. I was like, okay, I can give you a down payment. And then, like, lo and behold, over Thanksgiving, apparently, like, a ton of crap happened to him. They got in a car crash, his friend died, he got COVID, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll give you some time, because I'm trying to be nice and understanding. I'm like, I'm not going to hound you for work as long as you keep in contact and eventually come back and you're not running off. But then, like, all of a sudden he's like, oh, I really need money. Can you please, like, front me some money to pay for my truck repairs, because I haven't been able to work, and then I haven't been able to buy my kid Christmas presents, and I'm just, like, suffering so much. And I'm like, if all this shit really happened to you, I'm really sorry, but why are you asking for money from me? A person you've never even met face to face? It's weird, right? It's weird. Just seriously. Anyways, you didn't come here to listen to me bitch about my problems, but that's what's been going on. Alex, Aviator says, falling in love with Ari, she knows how to do drywall. Drywall is not hard, guys. It's just it's like building models. Like, I feel like, because I like to do sculpture and build little models, and like doing model kits as kids, and like I still like to do sculpture stuff. So, but it's just doing it in a big scale on a house, and it's just stuff like drywall and like installing appliances. Like, I can do that, but it's like the larger jobs, like replacing windows and doors. And like, I got a deck built. I just got some fencing done. I can't do like the bigger work myself, right? Old Man Hawk says, I hope you didn't give him much of a down payment because you aren't seeing him again. Right? Yeah, I think I'm not seeing him again. Okay, so let me tell you what he did, because I was like, all right, because I'm nice, you know. I was like, hey, if you really have gone through all this personal tragedy, I'm trying to be empathetic, but I already gave you down payment. And it's like, I think people, because I come off as nice, like, apparently people just think I'm a total pushover, and they're going to find out real soon that if they try to push my buttons, I'm not a pushover. In fact, I'm very much not. In fact, I can be a giant bitch if you push me too far. So, Right, I think you just, oh, she seems so nice. She must be an empathetic woman who like will just like be talked into giving me a down payment if I give her a sob story. No. No, 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 no. You have family that can give you let you borrow money. So what he did is he asked for like over $200 to fix his truck. And it's like, can you just front me the money so I can fix my truck? I really need to get back to work. And I was like, I never even met you. If this happened to you, I'm really sorry. But no, I can't afford it. I don't have $200 to give you. Bye-bye. And like what he did was, not only did he text me that, he like straight up billed me for the money on Cash App. The audacity. Can you believe that? Like, I've never even met this person. And it straight up billed me for like $200 on Cash App because he thought I was, I was nice. He thought I would just pay that money. This person really thought I would just send him over $200 because he told me a sob story. What about his damn? Yeah. Damn. I know, I'm not expecting to see this person again. I'll talk to my bank and try to get the down payment back. It wasn't much, relatively speaking, guys, so that's good. But still, I'm really pissed. Luckily, I do have another contracting company who's expensive, but you know, you pay for what you get what you pay for with this house stuff. I do have one contractor that's reliable, and they've been great, but they just, you know, they cost more. That's just how it is. Is this a Fiendish update stream or a home improvement stream? It's a general life update stream. I need an event. It's because AC and Nick are not available today, so I needed someone to talk to, and you guys are here. You're my unwitting victims of my home improvement problems. Oh, what a piece of shit. Yeah, thank you. Like, seriously. I don't know. It's weird because he like halfway finished. He never came back to finish my friend's deck either. He ran off and with their money as well. So it's not just me. Yep. Let me see. Never trust when that many excuses pile up. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm like, the fuck do you think I'm like 20 or something? You think I was born yesterday? Jeez. I don't know if I should read that. I feel like that could sound like something else. So, Old Man Hog says, if it helps you, you're the only person that goes through this. I heard that. Yeah, I know a lot of people have run into this kind of crap. Sounds like a time to drink. I would, but I have to co-host on Dojo-kun Comics channel later. So, by the way, hop over to his channel, like around 10. So I'm gonna be there. So I'm gonna like try to not get drunk before I have to co-host for somebody else. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be drinking later after I get off his stream. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. That's gonna sound like something else if I read it. So, contractor problems. Yup. A lot of dirt bags. A lot of dirt bags in this world. A lot of them. All right, where was I? I should give you all a Fiendish update, right? Let's see. So I'm back to working on pages. I've been working on, obviously, the pages that I need to finish to launch the Chapter 2 campaign first. And also the cover. So the good news is the cover I showed you guys last week, and I think, what's killing? Oh no, I spelled it wrong. Let me change my name. That's left over from my Pathfinder stream. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a disaster. There you go. Bam. Gillard? Who's that? Doesn't exist. Let me just show you guys the cover. Should I? Let me just show you guys. Yeah? I don't know what else to talk about. I'll just show you guys some art because I'm like, I'm just so irritated right now. There's just so much poo going on. It is painful. Yup. This is just what you have to go through. Yep. Alex VRB says, you're a beautiful disaster. Now sing us a song? I don't, mostly, what songs do I know? I know some Nightwish songs. I don't know if I'm ready to sing those. I can sing Chinese songs. Sorry, Den Ringle. I won't say poo again. Some person says, could I do a studio tour? I like seeing what art books artists have. Sure, sometime. Honestly, what do I have? I can show you guys a couple right now. Alright, let me show you guys a couple of art books, and then I'll show you the cover for our Fiendish, and then some interior pages. I have... I left like half of my collection back in Taiwan, because when I moved back to the States in like 2019, it was temporary, or I was expecting to be able to go back in a few months and like pick up my stuff, but then COVID happened. So I haven't been able to go back to Taiwan, and that's where a lot of my books are. And I'm honestly kind of sad, but here are the ones that I bought since, of course, I have the Assassin's Creed Valhalla one. I need this. Like, clearly, this is my kind of shit. So, there's that. I have one of my favorite books of all time, Dinotopia. I grew up on this. And of course, my mom threw away the copy that I grew up with because that's what she does. But I bought it again, and I'm so happy. I love this book. Dude, if you guys haven't read Dinotopia, you're missing out! Ugh. I don't know. Where's my God of War book? I have the newest God of War. I have like the God of War the Viking one, the Nordic one that's before Ragnarok. And they have an art book that's basically formatted as Atreus' notebook. And it was really cool, but where did I put it? Oh no. I'm a disaster. I can't find it. But anyways, I do have that lying around somewhere. So yeah, I'll do a more proper show and tell of my studio someday, especially after I'm done with my home renovations. Yeah. Chris Fitz says, OAC... Assassin's Creed's Marxist men and women are interchangeable, turn me off from Valhalla. Yeah, they've been doing that for a while, though. I don't super mind if they have, like, you know, video games have, like, you can choose the gender of your main character, but I was a little weirded out by, like, because I'm a bit of a Nordic history nerd, I was like, Ivor, isn't that a girl's name? And, like, the way that the male and female characters are played, there's, like, no difference, even though there would be a difference, right? The storylines would be different, the way they acted would be different, but there wasn't that much of a difference. I don't know, when I didn't play it much. I played, like, a little bit on a friend's console. I played as a dude. It just, like, seemed more right. I'm like, I want historical accuracy. But I don't mind if they have, like, a chick version, but it just... Historical stuff, if you're not making it at least historically believable, I'm weirded out by it. It's just the truth. Meh. Let's see. 2018 God of War on Steam soon. Yeah, I am so excited for the new one. I don't even really play video games, but I'm gonna get the new one. I can't wait. Only modern convenience have a lot of male and female parity. Yep. History full of how different men and women are. Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's just, I don't know, I'm like too pedantic about, well, this is a pre-industrial society, and if you look at how warfare was actually fought, and there's a reason for the way generals used to be, and it's not just all, you know, there's historical accuracy matters, and, you know, it wouldn't make sense for a woman to be doing this, it wouldn't make sense for a man to be doing this. I'm just way too pedantic about this kind of stuff. But it's, what can he do? Yeah, that's the way they want to make games nowadays, huh? You could be a shield maiden. You know, I don't know if shield maidens were a thing. I'm sorry, let me turn my phone off because it's really loud. I think they found like one grave of a woman with like or what they think was a woman with warrior stuff, and they're like, Viking women fought. And it's like, like maybe some, I'm sure. And I'm sure if they had to defend their homes, just like modern women, they would fight to defend their children and stuff. But like, I don't think the whole like the Vikings TV show is like BS. That's not what happened. But you know, they want a modern audience to feel good. Yeah. None of that stuff actually happened. That's not how ancient warfare worked. It wouldn't work out that way. Gender differences exist. Matt Barr, hello. Hi. Tentacle Pentacles says, have I seen a trailer for The Northman? I have. It looks good. It looks good. Yeah. My first thought was that it looks kind of like, I don't know, it's like, it has a vibe of, because I'm really obsessed with Vinland Saga, there's avenging your father, but the character is also a prince, I guess. I'm like, is this Thorfinn and Canute crossed? It seems like it's the two of them had a baby and their stories merged, and that was my first thought. But it looks good. You know, it seems like a very clear, like, pitch for what the story is. So I hope it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Northman movie looks interesting. The English are coming quick, Ragnar, get your wife, right? Yeah, that totally makes sense. Totally. I mean, unless your wife is like Brienne of Tarth, I mean, it just doesn't make sense, does it? Like, and it's fine. It's fine that things were that way. I don't know why people are so, they want to change history. I don't know. Women did a lot, but just didn't do certain things. It's fine. So weird. I don't want to go on about that, but I think people should, you know, historical accuracy is important. Excellent shots with a rifle, so modern weaponry definitely helps level the playing field until they ban it. Right. Yeah. Yeah, aren't like, there are a lot of really good women snipers, I think. Well, because, you know, that's what weapons are. They're an equalizer. There are a lot of good female snipers. A lot of, like, really cool stories in World War II about female snipers, too. Okay. Hey, let me show you guys some art. You guys want to see some art? Yay! Art! Yeah! Hold on, let me get my coffee as well. Okay, let's go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm so mad that everybody abandoned me today. Ugh. Anybody can push a button? Are you talking about shooting firearm? Well, sniping takes a certain level of skill. I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't been trained, but... Okay. Let's see. Share my screen. You know, I actually want some feedback from you guys, so this will be fun. Let me see. You guys ready? Yay! I hope you guys can tell the difference. Let's see. Why is this window looking so funny? So there you go. I've changed up the colors a bit and added like a lot of contrast. Like the last pass I did was, I was just trying to like differentiate the planes and like separate the top half from the bottom. And I went through like 50 million different color combinations and I wasn't happy with any of them. And I'm still like, some days it's like, I've been staring at this cover for like 4 days. And like 1 hour I will love it. And the second hour I'll be like, no, I'm going to redo the whole thing. I'm at that stage. I don't know. I don't know why I do these. Like, I honestly think I much prefer doing just inks. Like, I'm not very good or very fast at colors. Like, I struggle a lot with coloring, and people have told me that I get good results, but still, like I'm really slow at coloring, and this is why I don't do interior colors, because I honestly I don't have a good sense of color. Like I don't really see with rare cases, sometimes like a scene will be really striking and the colors will be like, oh, I know I want the scene to be bathed in sunset, or I want this to be a snowy scene with like but blood drenched all over the person, and like I'll know how to color that. But I'm not very good with like mood color and all that stuff. I can render just fine because I know form and like lighting, but I don't know. Like I take forever. I use tons of filters. Oh, you can see like my Photoshop file structure, which is horrific. You guys want to see? Let me scroll down my layer structure. Look at all this. So here's like the text on top, and these from about here to here, these are all like filters and adjustments and little glows here and there and texture layers, and this is actual like flats, and then this is like the bottom half, and there's more filters, and this is Ragna, and here's the background over the bottom. Yeah, so this is why my colorist hates getting my files. Chris Fisk says, I love the nested logo. It sells the brand while acting as a nice hot and cold divider. Cool, I'm glad you think so. I was a little unsure about whether I should do the logo like that. And honestly, in my sketch, it didn't like, Ragna didn't cover the logo as much, but I moved her up because it was just so empty without, like if I move her down more, it would just, the gap seemed too big because I want to have like another poster version without the logo. I needed it to look natural both with and without it. So let me turn the text off. Let me see. There you go. Fit on the screen. Yeah, so I needed it to like look good just this way as well. So so I wasn't sure if the logo looked good, but I'm glad you like it. Keen on the Script says I like it. Yay! I'm glad you like it. Whee! Yay, those tricky reds. Dude, like originally I was thinking I wanted the bottom to be more of like an orangey red and the top to be red all the way. Okay, I have two versions, so let me show you. One second. Actually, let me move my StreamYard's link up so I can like actually, there we go. Sorry, this is a professional operation, as you all know. Woo! All right. So here's the other version of it, right? And this was, I've been saying, I've been toying around with like the color schemes for like days now. Move my camera a bit because it looks funny. And I can't quite decide which one. I think I'm gonna go with the blue and red one, even though that kind of, it's a little dark now, and I think I'm going to need to lighten it for print. I think it's a little dark printed out because I've done a test print, but I think I like this a little more, even though like I've had some people have told me that this makes Ragna look too foreboding, like she's evil or something, but I feel like, well, it's supposed, like the tension is what's more important, like I don't know. I don't think like, oh, if you think this a character that's not entirely evil, I mean, she's not like a super nice person, but I don't mind if like a character comes across as scary on the cover. Like there are some pretty tense scenes in here, and like the scene when Ragna comes in, it's a fight scene, and you know, I try to incorporate some of the things that happen in the fight scene into the cover, so that's what I'm trying to get across. And I've been so I've been going back and forth with Nick about this, and Nick really likes covers that tell a story and are an act full scene and it makes sense. And I'm like, I get that, and sometimes it's nice to have a cover that is a scene and it makes sense and it's just a scene from the book. But frankly, I take the approach of like, the job of a cover is to sell the book. So it's like interiors. First of all, it needs to tell the story, it needs to read well, all these things come first for interiors. But I think for covers, the first priority is it needs to look cool as shit. Like, you want your cover to look cool because you want people to buy your book. You want people to pick it up and start reading it and want to buy it. So, like, make it sexy is the first rule. And then, like, if you can incorporate stuff that, you know, don't, like, mislead the readers. Like, if the things on the cover should be the things that are in the book, don't have, like, a character that doesn't even show up in the book and stuff. But, like, I'm more concerned with making it look awesome. So, kind of just different approaches. I don't so much disagree. I just think it's, like, different approaches, right? So yeah, I don't know. Here, there are two versions. I think this comes across as a little softer, but almost too soft. Like, I want it to be real tense, right? And what do you guys think? Orange blue? That got a little, like, Hollywood looking, but maybe. You know what? I can do that right now. I can change the colors. So, if it's orange, I do like the blue on top. The blue on top is nice, right? So, all right. Let me switch that up real quick. There you go. So I don't know if that so much works. I don't know. Chris says, I like the bluish of the red version for the top. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I like the blue on top, but I'm worried. But I like the red too, but I'm a little worried that it'll be too oppressive. Like, there's not enough overall contrast in the image. Even though if I mask out the top, I individually like this version more. I'm worried that together, this is like, there's not enough contrast, right? Like because the red and blue are very similar in value. So maybe the orange would work better. Blue and red. I should put up a poll. Can I do polls yet? I can't. You need to be like monetized for that, right? Red doesn't really read as evil. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could for some people. I think her leggings blend a little too much with her background color. Maybe, yeah, I can add some more, like, reflection, so she doesn't, her leg pops out more. Old Man Hawk says, orange is better, whereas with the lightning arcs, red does denote evil to an American audience. Yeah, I guess it does. Chris says, to me, the red looks like someone moved the hue shift and the hue saturation image tool. What, this one? It looks like they turned the whole thing up, like the hue up way too much. This is actually the original version. There's like a gradient over the here further. But yeah, that is like a really saturated red on the sky. But I had to make it that way because otherwise the title didn't read. Either it would read as like pink or something. So, honestly, making it like super saturated red was the only way to make the title read. It all depends on context. Team Orange. Oh no! Is it a tie? Just orange. The female's not popping off the page. Depends on which one. Maybe the orange pops her off more, but also she goes over the title, so I'm not too worried about that. Like when the title is there, she pops off. There we go. Let me turn the title on, because it's this will be like the final version. Yeah, even the version with a smaller text. See, like the text will still sort of pop out. Anyways, the purplish complexion of Ragna blends in with the red BG. Yeah, it's also troublesome because she is very red. Her skin tone is supposed to be tanned and red, so it just like all blends together. But then again, I did another, like my earlier version that I showed last week. It was like I had her bathe in green light, but then it literally looked like my cover was like blue on top, red in the middle, green on the bottom. So it was like RGB, and I was like, this is too much, because I like to have unified colors. So I think the orange one works better. I just don't know about having the orange with the blue. This reminds me of Mad Max. This is like the Hollywood Hollywood movie poster color scheme, but I guess they choose it because it works. Ugh. Ryan says, I like the red version. I like to see a cover of just the bottom half of just Ragna. Huh. I could have a cover of just her. And I wanted to have, originally I was thinking, well, she comes in at the end of the chapter, but I could do a variant cover of just her. I would draw a new image though. Yeah. I'm going to have variant covers for chapter 2, definitely. So you guys can look forward to that. I'm going to get some people to do variants, and yeah, we're going to have variants. And I've been thinking, I don't know if I'll do a grayscale version. I'll do a grayscale cover because people did really like the cover. I'll have another cover like this, but changing the guts of the book out is like doing a new print run is really, really expensive. So it depends on people if people really want the grayscale version, because this time the book will be colored right from the start. I might do like a special edition cover like that, but the book will always be in color. Honestly, it just makes, it's easier to do like have the guts of the books the same, but just change the cover and do several variant covers. So it depends on what everybody wants. But ooh, Rick says a Fragaboom cover would be great. That would be awesome, but I don't know if I can get him. There's so many artists that I want, but I don't know if I can. It's like, let's see, Fragaboom would be great, Rockafort would be great, but can I afford these people? Do they have time to work for me? Like, if I had it my way, I'd get a Sean Gordon Murphy cover, but he's probably never gonna talk to me. I don't know. Like, a girl can dream. A girl can dream. OC Steve asks, Rini, is Krampus in the Fiendish universe? Asking for a friend, Happy New Year. If you read chapter 1, there is a hint to that hidden inside the chapter. Actually, it's in the preview pages that are on the website. So the answer is yes. Krampuses do exist in the Fiendish universe. Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to like have anyone encounter one yet, but they do exist. And I've thought of like the powers that they have and how they actually function and everything. But yes, now Krampuses are a real thing. Eric says, just ask them, Rini. You never know until you ask. I know. There's so many things that... Okay, so... there's so many artists, all different kinds that I admire that I want them to do something for Fiendish, but I'm just terrified to ask. It's not just for like variant covers, but like I mentioned last week, I've been wanting to have custom music made for my project, and all these like musicians that I admire, what I wouldn't give to have them make some custom music for that I could put on my trailer and on the website. But I'm like, oh, they're gonna ignore me. But you're right, I just need to, like, the worst they can do is ignore me or say no. But I've got like I don't so much have imposter syndrome when I'm working on my own project, but when I have to ask someone else, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna ignore me. I'm nobody. Some person says, what would happen if they say no, Rini? I would be sad, but that's okay. I'll get over it. I can deal with it. I'll get over it. Dale Kyon, Dark Gift do guitars. Dale Kyon does guitars? I haven't spoken to him. A lot of people who do comics do music too. I don't really do music. I can like mix samples, that's what I've been doing, but I don't really have training. Just flexible. I don't know if that'll work. Rini, are you not flattered if someone asks you to do a cover? I mean, yeah, I would be, but I don't know. The artists I'm thinking of, they probably get asked all the time. I'm sure Frege would try if he has the time. Frege's cool, man. But, let's see. Kenneth is just so booked. Oh, yeah. There's a few other artists that I won't name yet because I don't want to, I don't want to name anyone else until I'm sure, but there are a few people that I've had on the show. Some people have volunteered to do like a poster or a cover, and those people I'll definitely be asking. But yeah, we'll definitely have variant covers. I'm just not sure who's going to be doing them yet. Yeah. Josh says awesome cover. Thank you. Yes. I would love to have the Eric Canetti cover. Eric's cool. He's another guy where I'm just not sure if he has time though, but like he's a cool guy, dude. I'm sure if he has time he would do it. Rick said I met Kenneth in 2019. Yeah, I've never met him. I've been on streams with him. He's cool, but he does so many things. Wise guy says, what style of music am I shooting for? I'm shooting for something that's like not folk music, more like if you know like pagan folk bands like Word Runa or Heilung or Zivia. I've been seriously thinking of asking Zivia, cause you know, if I get Word Runa that would be great, but I'm not getting them because they're pretty big. Or Heilung. Maybe I get Zivia or Danheim. I'm going to try to ask them. Either would be cool. Zivia they're Bulgarian, and they do Bulgarian pagan music. So I like this old dark pagan music with like heavy drums and stuff, and maybe like a little bit of metal mixed in, because I listen to metal music all the time. And like I want just a little like metal and pagan kind of merge together a little bit. So I've been trying to make some music myself, just with like free samples and stuff. And, you know, I've made some serviceable stuff, but I'm not a professional. Like, I want, like, professionally made music with vocal tracks and everything, and I can't do that. So, there's only so much you can do with samples. But we'll see. I'll ask. I promise you guys. Ugh. It'll be so hard. Pagan rock fusion? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I've been trying to make. But with you, when I'm like, the programs that I'm using to buy and mix samples, the vast majority of the samples are like, ooh, electropop, ooh, synthwave. And I'm like, I don't like any of that music, and I don't want to make it. I want like good drums. I want like some chanting, and I can't find like any chanting. And I'm like, I'm gonna get some of my friends who have deep voices to just like chant for me or something, or I don't know. It's just hard to find stuff that I can use, but I've tried. There's like some, you know, I've tried mixing some classical music with some fantasy music and putting drums over that and some like some effects, and that tends to turn out pretty well. So I'll show you guys. I'll have some up on the website sometime soon. Yep, I do what I can. I try. Billy! Hi, Billy! Hey, everyone! I said know that about music. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should. I should get Luke to do the singing. That would be great. Yeah, he's gonna be awesome. John says, here, Rainy, I'll take this thing out for you. No! No! Oh, I'm defeated! I shouldn't be afraid. Okay, I won't. Maybe I can do a cover trade with one of them? Yeah, I can do that. I'll definitely have some variant covers. Ari Cutful says, is Irene speaking English right now? I'm so confused. What? Am I not pronouncing things right? I'm too excited. I'm tired, and I'm excited about talking about my project, so... I apologize if you can't understand me. Me speak English. Okay. Infinitel Chronicles. Yes, everyone back that book. I did an unboxing stream. If you didn't see it last week, it was an awesome unboxing stream. And it's an awesome project. Everybody should go back it right now. So here are the covers, or the cover for chapter 2. And I don't know which one I'll go with. I might do this, but like go the slight in between, like I might use this Ragna, this filter over Ragna over here. You know what I mean? I think, make her like slightly more red. I just feel like I want more red. I don't know why. I keep on wanting red on this cover. Maybe I'm just like fixated on it. But, yeah, I think I'm getting really close to being done. Really close to being done. Misa, understand you fine. Thank you. Somebody understands my crazy talk. Yeah. So there. You guys want to see a page? I just finished a page. Yeah? I'll show you guys a page. Yay! Okay. Here you go. Here you go. I mean, it's almost finished. Not quite. I have to like fill in Yomi on the top panel, but let me zoom in. Now, this is at the beginning of the chapter, and I had to fill her in. She's supposed to be like spotted blacks in panel 1, but finally got this done. I've been putting off this page for so long. Here, this is like a flashback to the caravan before what happened in chapter 1 happened. No spoilers, technically. Omelette Face, that's a great name, by the way, says Squee. Thank you for... Hey, that's my line. That's my line. How dare you? Odd Job says, I like the orange stroke on the logo. Thank you. Hey, Chimera. Watch it. Thank you, Eric. Yay! They look, yeah, Dunringo, they look so happy. Yup. Once upon a time. John asked, do Taiwanese eat kneeling on the floor like the Japanese do? No, not really, because most Taiwanese people are ethnically Chinese. So it's like the tatami mat and kneeling thing is kind of a Japanese thing. Some households do, though, because Taiwan was part of Japan for a while. So like some old houses are Japanese style. Like if you go to Taiwan, you actually see, especially on the countryside, quite a few. Not like a lot, but you'll find like Japanese style old houses. So it's because Taiwan was part of Japan for like 50 years. Some person says, the girl on the left, did I use myself? I don't look like that. Her face is so much rounder. I don't look like that. Ding. Maybe like the mouth shape or something. No, I don't look anything like her. Why does the guy in the background have an expression like someone stole his cookies? Maybe they did steal his cookies. Oh no, sorry to hear about your knee. Seems like everybody was part of Japan at some time. Asia, yeah, Japan really liked conquering people for a short while there. So yeah, we were part of Japan too. You know who conquered a lot of land that I was not super aware of until, I started learning more about like weird like Middle Eastern and Indian history? The Greeks were freaking everywhere. Like it was Alexander the Great, but there are so many Alexandrias all across the Middle East. That like there are Greek settlement and small Greek kingdoms. Like the thing with Alexander and the Greeks was they never had like a large singular empire in the way that Rome had or the Mongols had, but there were a lot of like Greek empires, like Greek descended, kingdoms like and settlements all across the Middle East because Alexander reached northern India. So I was watching this documentary about like Buddhist Greeks, like descendants of Alexander's army who stayed in northern India, and they like eventually established a kingdom. Like the rulership went from like the native Indians to the Greeks and kind of went back and forth, but there were like Greek culture people and there were like Greek sculptures, but they had converted to Buddhism and they lived in northern India. It was really cool, but the Greeks were freaking everywhere. In Egypt, India, everywhere. So, man, the first colonialists. Nah. Billy Baxter says, I would kill for a set of fiendish environmental cards drawn by you. Environmental cards? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What kind of environmental cards? Like different kinds of environments and have to specify. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some sort of magic thing? Because I don't play magic. I see bad things happening to these people. What? Never. Bad things never happen to happy, cheery family units in comics. What? I'm pretty proud of that posture. Yay. The guy in the back is not allowed to join. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo him. I don't know. I don't like his, like, turban. I think I'm gonna have his hair out a little more. And also, like, I don't know. He looks weirdly unhappy for the scene. So, spoiler alert, stolen cookies. Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's why you guys were asking, like, because they're sitting down and eating. You know, this is, like, a lot of Middle Eastern cultures do that. Like, low tables on the ground. So, this caravan, like, most of the people these are people that Yomi was traveling with, and this caravan most of them are Drakian, and that's a culture that, if you look at the map that's on my website, the Fiendish website, that's a like a city-state to the south of the continent of Arvos, and I kind of like mashed together Anatolian culture with, it's like general Anatolian, so very Turkish, and most people would probably think I'm taking from Turkish culture. As you can see, like, the little hats and, like, their clothes, especially in this scene, look pretty Turkish, but honestly I'm also taking from a lot of Circassian cultures. I try to take from, like, lesser known cultures, a lot of, like, Caucasoid cultures in the Caucasian mountains and stuff, and not Caucasian as in European, but as in, like, the Caucasus region, and like east of Anatolia, southern Russia, right there. And for a lot of, like, the northern cultures of Arvos, I'm taking from a lot of Slavic cultures, so it's like kind of a Nordic Slavic blend. So so this is a lot of, like, you have, like, these sitting floor tables in some Middle Eastern and Anatolian cultures, so that's where I took this from. Yeah, I'm kind of, like, mashing up all sorts of, like, cultural influences, so I don't know, just having fun. Billy says, like, rather than character trading cards, you do famous scenes or places in your world. Huh. Well, I try to have, that's what I have descriptions for in the back of the book. I will have, let me kind of just scroll back up here a bit. Like, in the back of chapter 1, in the color edition, I have a descriptor of the city that shows up in the first couple of chapters. So, I think, like, the environment stuff and some of the species that I make up, I have, my camera's all weird. I have, like little tidbits of world building stuff in the back of the books. So I don't know if, like, I'd make cards for them. I'm, like, I think so far for the chapter 1, the cards that I made are character sheets for, like, the Pathfinder stats for all of my characters, and I think I'm going to mostly stick with that. Sometimes I might have an item, because I have some magical items, so it'll be the characters, and you'll be able to, like, see them level up or, like, at least the art will be different every chapter, and sometimes I'll have, like, items, and if, like, there's a new character, a new enemy, sometimes I'll provide a playable card with Pathfinder stats, like a mini character sheet that you can, plug into, like, Pathfinder or D&D and play with it. So that's generally what I'm thinking of. Like, mana cards from Magic. I might do, like, environment cards, but so far I'm just thinking of doing, like, monsters, characters, and items, but maybe I'll do environments as well. That'll be, I don't know how to stat that out, though, because the whole point of the trading cards I'm doing is, like, statting them out. Are you gonna boil all these good people in oil before this is over? What? Never! Why would I do that? Demina says, after Alexander died, his empire fell apart. His general fought with one. Yeah. So there was never, like, a long-running Greek empire, right? But there were a lot of Greek settlements. Like, a lot of Alexander's men settled all across the Middle East. So that's why there are so many, like, Alexandrias everywhere. It's fascinating. I love history. Gypsies, a little bit. Yeah, I kind of they're kind of mixed with a little gypsy, a little Romani, which is interesting because like I don't know if this is like accurate or this is still what the current scientific consensus is, but I think Romani have Indian origins as well. So, but generally, yeah, a little gypsy, like the caravans are kind of taken from that culture, but I don't know. It's a big mix. Like nothing I'm doing in Fiendish is just directly drawn from one culture because I'm like, it's fantasy. I'm mixing together just all kinds of things that I like. And I'm trying to take from, honestly, because I think, especially in chapter one, it looks like I'm taking a lot from ancient Scandinavia, which I am, and I'm really fascinated by that part of the world, but I'm taking from other cultures as well. I want to take from things that aren't like often seen, especially, like I've always really liked ancient Slavic art, and like I'm getting more into like Middle Eastern history and especially Anatolia, and so I want to put all that in. It's all so cool, and I love drawing that stuff, so yay! Do I have any other pages to show? Let's see. The green laser asks, what culture have the elven-like ears? The woman on the right. She is actually a dev, and she's the same species as Yomi, my purple girl, on the cover. Let me go back to the cover. So, Yomi's in chapter 1, and you meet her towards the end, and you get to know all the characters a little more in chapter 2, because chapter 2 is like a character building chapter. There's still action, but it's more about like I'm gonna start showing who everybody is, and the characters are meeting each other and getting to know each other. But so this species is called Dev, and Dev is a kind of general like Middle Eastern term that can mean a million things. It's from a root word that could mean like spirit or god, but it's evolved to mean sometimes it could be used in the sense of a demon. So it's a very ambiguous word. It's one of those like words in mythology that apply to everything. Just like before D&D, goblin could mean anything. Like I think in like Tolkien's works, goblin, he used goblin to refer to like orcs and stuff. Like there was no set definition of what a goblin meant. And also like before Tolkien, elf could mean like about 50 million different kinds of creatures. Like something that looked like a gnome or a fairy will be referred to as an elf before like Tolkien kind of defined his version of what an elf is, and that became imprinted on our modern culture. So but I like the term dev. It sounded cool, it was easy to remember, and it hadn't been used before. I am coming up with my own fantasy races and species. Like I don't have like just straight up elves or orcs or dwarves. I am drawing from mythology, from our own real world cultures, but I want to deviate from like, I'm not just going to do this is just like someone's D&D campaign drawn to a comic, even though that is really cool, but I want to do something more. I want to like make this feel like it's an original world, right? So I can't reveal too much about the dev yet. All I can say is they're kind of subservient to humans mostly. It's like some weird historical stuff that we're gonna explore and slowly reveal, so I can't talk too much about it, but they can like see in the dark, and they have like some other abilities, and I'm talking too much, so I'm not gonna say anymore. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Ask me something that's not spoilery, please. Rick says that's cool. I'm glad you think so. I wanted to like I know nothing is totally original, right? Of course, but I wanted to do something that was I wanted something that felt like my world. I wanted to, even though like I adore Tolkien and I love all the fantasy that has come before, I just wanted to build something new. I wanted something that fits my story. And it's also kind of because of story elements, right? I have some, again, spoilery, so I can't talk too much about it. But I had like, because of some of the story elements, I decided, well, I might as well just build my own fantasy races. And that way people wouldn't go in with assumptions about this is how this species functions in my world. I want readers to come in with a blank slate and without making that many assumptions, so they can absorb my world instead of like kind of feeling like something's off because this is not what they're used to. Like elves are supposed to be this way, but in my world it's not that. So I just decided I'm going to call them something else. I'm going to change I'm going to just change everything and make up my own species and all this stuff. So yeah. Rogue cleanses, yeah, goblin, or they used to be interchangeable. Yeah, that's true. Yep. These terms are all like super ambiguous back in the day. The green laser says she reminds me of one of my own races in my fictional world, so I think they're cool. Yeah. I mean, they're, pointy-eared, purple. I don't think they look that crazy special. Besides with inverted eyes, like mine have, their sclera are black, and they have like tails and some other stuff. The males actually look really different than the females. I haven't even drawn them yet, but you'll see them in chapter 2. Anyways, I'm pretty proud of like the species work I've done on this book. I can't wait to show off some more. What is Yomi's weapon called? That is a weapon I made up. It's a whip, but it's the rope is made of metal and obviously has like that bladed tip. I'm calling it a Drakian whip, and it's kind of like a cultural thing that everybody who grew up in Drakia or in Drakian territory in my world, like people just tend to grow up at least having basic training using it. So we're going to explore that a little more in chapter 2. It's going to be cool. So like, yeah, it's something I kind of made up. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess I can spoil a little bit. It's not really spoiler. I feel like I should just to explain the character. Like, it's, with Yomi, I was trying to figure out, well, what could she fight with? Because she's a small woman. She's, so what, like 5'3"? She's really small. But I thought it would be cool to explore, like, she wants to go on this journey and figure out where the demons come from and avenge her friends and all this stuff, but she has to learn to fight on the way. And I thought that was a really compelling story, but I struggled for the longest time figuring out, well, she doesn't really have any special powers. How is she going to fight and fend for herself? How is she going to survive? Because, like, what kind of weapon could she practically use? And I was going to use a spear at first, but then I realized, well, I think a whip would look really cool, and it's also more portable. So, that's what I settled on, and that's, we're going to be finding out some more about that. I think it fits really well. I don't see a lot of characters using whips either, huh? Yeah. Are there going to be orcs and goblins in Fiendish? No, there will not be. Where are the elves making toys for Santa? Oh, I refuse to watch that. I refuse to watch Santa Inc. I refuse. I'm looking to the magic system if it is tied to ruins and the elements. Or are you talking about Fiendish? Or is this something else in the chat? I have not revealed the magic system much yet, have I? Have you gotten much fan art for Fiendish? Not yet, no. I've gotten some. I had somebody draw Casimir Iskil, and I had someone draw the four main characters. It was really cool, but I haven't gotten that much fan art yet. I appreciate the ones I haven't done, though. It's super awesome. Yeah. Tenarian says, I'd be worried about whacking myself in the back of the head with that thing. Yeah, it's hard to learn, but that's the whole point, though. Like, it's hardship, and she has to train, and she has to work hard, but it'll be really cool when she figures it out, right? So, I'm excited. She's a small 5'3" when she's throwing around 200-pound, 6-foot tall men with ease, right? Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what I did not want to do. So it's like, Well, you know, especially because she doesn't have any powers. Like, what can I use? She needs a weapon that she can use at range because historically, like weapons that women would prefer were all pole arms or weapons that you could, you know, keep the opponent at bay, like further away from you, and like gain like make up for the strength difference with reach. So, female samurai, they used the naginata, you know, like the long. It's like, it's kind of, how do I describe it? Is there no European equivalent? It's kind of like it's like a pole with the blade on it. Anyways, look up a naginata. That's like traditionally, or thought of as more of a woman's weapon in Japan. Or not as, I don't know if it's thought of as a woman's weapon in Japan. Anyways, female samurai would use that. So it made sense. I was like, I need something that could be used as a ranged weapon, right? Have I posted pics of my Fractober belt? No, I haven't. Oh my gosh, you're right. I've been so busy. I did the unboxing stream and I have it here, but I haven't posted pictures yet. I'll do that. Oh, I've just have so much to do. Oh my gosh. Norin says, I'm trying to make Yomi and Soul Calibur. I'll post it to Twitter if I get close. Oh, that would be cool. Yay. That's so awesome. Yeah. Show me when you get done. Yeah. Alex Review said, I love a woman who knows how to handle pole weapons. Huh, yeah, totally. Just like weapons, right? Spears and stuff. That's what we're talking about. It's a sword on a really long stick. Yeah, there you go. That's basically what a naginata is. Pole axe, glaive. Yeah, but like a naginata doesn't really look like anything I can think of from Europe. Yeah, it was right behind me. I've been leaning this way, so it's right behind me. I just been like sitting over. Okay, I'll sit this way so you guys can see it. Belt photo shoot. See, a sort of a long ass handle. Gun wrangle? No, I haven't. I'm sorry. I keep on forgetting. Thank you for the reminder. All right. What else can I show you guys? I gotta leave around 10 to go hop on Dojo-kun's channel. But I want to show you guys some more stuff. What do you guys want to see? Let me see if I have any more pages. Oh yeah, I can show you guys some more pages. I mostly just have the first. I've been inking the beginning pages. Here you go. But there. Well, it's kind of spoilery, but I'm gonna put this in the campaign anyhow. And no, the rest of it is too spoilery. Nah. Alright, there you go. So. Duly noted. There you go. Another interior page. Dun dun dun! Dun 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 dun. I'm pretty happy with how this environment turned out. I've been experimenting with doing my grays because like the way I've been inking, I wanted it to be inky, like inkier instead of like these clean rigid lines. I'm trying to loosen up with my inking more and to just like bring some more life into my drawings. And I've been trying to like go more painterly with my grays, if that makes sense, which will make the life of my color as hell, but it looks good in ink, so that's my concern, and coloring is gonna be someone else's problem, right? That's how it works. But so yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that's what I was playing around with here. You can see. So here's an environment shot. This is the temple in Elstad. Let me show you the page that's right before this. I think I've shown this before, but it's been a while, so let me just pull it up again. There you go. Oh, you know what? This is not the page that's directly before it, but it's still a pretty cool page. So I'm insane, and I decided to do like, you see what I did here? It's like a whole zoom out. Like this is the panel 1 is the temple of Alstad. It's like if you see, go down to panel 3, this is a shot of the entire town, right? And the temple's at the top, but I have this page where it's just like zooming out from the temple and zooming out, and then like in panel forward, the town is way in the background, and then there's this hut in the foreground, and this is where Isco lives. So I just decided to torture myself. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Johnson, is that just one layer? This is the merged file. I didn't do this on just one layer. I used like a million layers, dude. You saw my cover file. I'll just I like it better in black and white. What better in black and white? The cover? Have I shown the cover inks? that would suck if I spent all the time coloring it for no reason. I do like the inks though. I don't know. I'm so much more comfortable with inks. I struggle so much with colors. I think I do okay, but it's really hard for me. I'd much rather have a colorist. Ugh. Tenarian says, I've been thinking of doing a comic. I'm just not sure if Indiegogo or even Kickstarter support campaigns for my country. Might have someone else run a campaign if I ever get that far. Indiegogo might. You know, honestly, that's half the reason I went with Indiegogo, besides from their funding model and the fact that I just saw a lot more comic artists on Indiegogo than Kickstarter. Because I was in Taiwan when I launched my first my art book campaign in 2019. And Kickstarter has like a very small list of countries that it allows, which was really frustrating when I lived overseas. So look into if Indiegogo has your country. I don't know where you are, obviously, and you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but you can look into, I would say Indiegogo is better chance of that. Also, I just like your funding model. I like that you can do flexible funding, and I like that you can go into in-demand. Like, that's a huge incentive. Huge incentive. Billy Jacob says, I love your art. Thank you. Yay, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. There's a cool landscapes. Yay. Divina says, great detail. Thanks. I love my detail. I spent way too long on it. Billy X says, really want to build part of your town and temple in 3D. You know, there is a building, like a shaman's hermitage, that I am looking for somebody to build in 3D. And I have to like finish the layouts for it, because I'm going to do like the 2D layouts for the building, so somebody can like I'm going to sketch the blueprint so somebody can build it in 3D. Like, I don't need it like a detailed textured, model, but I just need it blocked out because it's kind of a weird shaped building, and it'll just be so much easier to have a OBJ file that I can like navigate instead of having to grade it out every single shot, because that's gonna be in chapter 3 and probably like chapter 3 and 4, and I'm gonna like need a 3D model for that. So Billy, do you do much 3D? Do you do like serious 3D? Like, I should hire you for that if you do. That'd be awesome. We'll talk. Yay! Ooh, let me show you what I did for this hut, like this building here. This will be cool. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Sorry, I'm taking forever. Can't find this. Can't find this. Oh no. Will this open? Oh no, it dragged it as a smart object. Okay, anyways, just ignore it. Okay, there you go. So I did like this whole layout. This is the shack that Isco lives in. So Isco lives with Casimir now, like up in the mountains outside of town. But when he was younger, before his parents abandoned him, this is like the shack, well, his mother, this is a shack he lived in next to Alstad. So there's still this shack that like technically he owns. So I was like, I'm gonna be all like, I wasn't going to do a full-blown concept piece for it, but I just got kind of carried away like coloring it and everything. So this is like the cutaway image that I did, and I have one for Casimir's place as well that I'm gonna use. I really like doing environments, guys. Like, I love doing environments. But I need to like not spend so much time on it because sometimes I feel like I do too much detail on environments and like the page needs to get done and like I have to like hurry up and tell the fucking story. But but I really like drawing this kind of stuff. Billy says, yeah, I do 3D in about 25% of my work pipeline. I love to model some stuff with you. Let's talk later. Yeah, let's talk. That's awesome. So I've taken like basic 3D modeling classes, but I haven't done it in years. You know, obviously I just stopped doing that, mostly because the program prices are cost prohibitive. I know that Blender is like free apparently, but that I didn't know about that until like years later. But yeah, that would be really cool. I'd rather have someone who knows 3D, has like experience in it. You know, I just want like a block out of this building that I'm thinking of. Have like a visual aid or something. Like if it was simple, I could just block it out in like SketchUp, but this is a little more complicated. My guy says I'm a manga character brought to life. I am? Oh, okay. I'm not a manga character. Ah! There's a Dinotopia influence. Let me tell you, like, okay, the amount of time I spent just drawing cutaways of imaginary buildings when I was little because I love Dinotopia so much is crazy. Like, I love dinosaurs, and like Dinotopia is what got me into world building. That's the first time I saw like I realized, wow, fantasy world building could be so cool, and look at like all these cutouts and this like fantastical island with dinosaurs and everything makes sense, and they have like a dinosaur hatchery and a dinosaur library, but it's not like just like a kiddie movie. It seems like it's all well thought out and so I like was totally obsessed with that book series. So yeah, you can probably see the influence pretty clearly. Will I be offering original art for Fiendish too? Well, I do everything digitally, so probably not. Well, if you mean like trading cards, yeah, I will have original art in the form of trading, like hand-drawn trading cards again. And like smaller pieces, but I won't be selling pages because I do my pages digitally. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. John says Blender rocks. Yes. What's the pot beside bed used for? Maybe you don't want to know. And I wasn't thinking that much about it. But you can take that how you will. I'm just like, oh, a bunch of pots and pans. Sure. Environments are hard to make. I think environments are fun. Environments are their own character. The tedious part is gridding up, right? Doing the perspective work. But like when it's just like designing a character, when you can really feel the environment and feel it's like when you sense how it smells and the texture of it, and when you just like you really get in the headspace of I'm standing in this building and I can sense like how old it is and what kind of stone it would be and what's the architectural style and what kind of story this environment is supposed to tell, then I think it's a lot of fun because there's, you know, you can tell a story about what happened here with the way you design an environment. I really like doing environments. I didn't used to when I first started drawing. I didn't particularly care for environments, but then I read Tsutomu Nihei's work, and that changed my life. Blame changed the entire way I approached backgrounds. And for people who don't know, Tsutomu Nihei was a architect. He's an architect who turned mangaka. So that's why his environments are mind blowing. Check him out if you haven't yet. Billy says, as long as I do your block out, you let me texture and render it to make your fans drool. If you want, you don't have to texture and render it, but you can. That would be awesome. You don't have to. That's not what I need, but if you have the time, that would be more than awesome. We'll definitely talk. I'm so happy. We gonna talk. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Juju says, I know Gurney personally. He's a cool dude and an old soul. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I never gotten to meet him. Dude, he's an amazing artist, man. Like his skill is just amazing. I bought some of his tutorial books. I think, what was it? Understanding Light? His book on light. But I don't have it anymore, so I can't remember the title. I left that one in Taiwan. Ah, sad. Granny responds to all his emails. Oh, that's so nice. He seems like a really nice person. I watched some of his lectures. Will I be doing the pyromancy art again? Pyrography, you mean? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a small limited run. Ugh, that was. I love doing it, but that was really hard to do. This campaign. I'm still working on it. Ooh, boy. 3 strong bows. Is he going to war? Well, he sells them. Casimir taught him how to make bows, and he sells them like for some extra money. So, yeah. Don't judge me, some man. A man just wants different bows. Oh my gosh, no, that's not like pee on the floor. Anyways, so here is the interior. You guys are just gonna, you're probably thinking everything on the floor is something gross. And here's the top-down view of the whole area. I got totally carried away with this, but here's the little shack that Iska lives in. And yeah, here's one of the pages that are already done. And here's another one. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, haven't zoomed in yet. Yeah. Oh, hey! So here's another look at the magic in Fiendish. Oh, or one type of magic. I haven't quite explained it yet. I'm not going to explain the magic system so much until chapter 3, but you see more of it in chapter 2. And here's one example. So, fun. Whee! Eric says, sign up for Johnny Phantasm. Extreme 93 by Patrick Thomas Parnell. Yes. And hey, I just did some packaging art for PTP's next campaign, his toy campaign. So you should definitely check out Johnny Phantasm. It's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Is there an outhouse nearby? Now we're on the subject. Why is everyone so concerned with like where the characters poop? Yes, there's an outhouse attached to most domiciles in this world. Billy says, oh, this is baller AF. I'm a sucker for well fleshed out worlds. Worlds that make characters that live in them compelling. Yeah. I mean, I'm a sucker for that too, so I'm glad you like what you're seeing. I'm just trying to do my best, man. Like, sometimes really I feel like a crazy person, and I'm so glad I found so many people that are just as crazy as me or tolerate my insanity. But like, I sit at home all day, just in the heads of fictional characters and drawing scenes that I like daydream up. Like, what the heck is my life? This is my job. I still sometimes don't understand, but I'm very happy doing this. And like, it's gotten to the point where a lot of the time, not just a lot of the times, like, these characters feel like real people to me. Because I've thought about their stories and their journey so much. Like, I feel that's probably the same for a lot of creators, right? And you want to get to that point. I think when you get to the point where the characters, like, it feels like you know them as a person, that's when you know the story is ready, because the story is about the character. Like, you can have a cool world, you can have like a cool premise and a cool magic system and cool monsters, but like really the story is about the characters. So that's what I want to matter the most. And I know I've gone on a lot about the world building and the language, but like, I know that what will carry the story is the characters, and that's more of a long burn, right? And you have to, like, the people have to get to know the characters and stuff. But I don't know, I'm just gonna have to trust that, like, these characters will be able to speak, and hope that people will be able to identify with them. I just have to put it out there and hope it works. But like, I love like these characters in my head. I feel like a crazy person. Tenarian says we're all dorks here. Yeah. I'm just an insane person, and I daydreamed all my life, and now I'm daydreaming for a job, and I'm drawing things I see in my head, and somehow it works. Thank you guys for supporting my insanity. Everyone is really concerned with where people poop in my world. Fiendish supplemental, the culture conflicts on pooping. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm gonna wrap up the stream soon. Not because of poop talk, but partially. Seriously. Why is everyone so concerned with poop? You know what's funny? There's this historian guy who does videos on ancient Rome, and I think his channel is Toldenstone, and I watched tons of his videos, and even though I'm not super into Roman stuff, I just find like there are a lot of YouTubers who, because Rome is so well documented, there's just so much, a wealth of knowledge about like life in antiquity, and I just find the small facts about how people lived, and like stuff like how an ancient megalopolis would function, and how they managed to build like these giant cities with that technology level. How did they collect taxes? How did they send mail? How did they muster armies? And how did they stay organized? And how were households run? How was trade done? And all this kind of stuff is so fascinating. And so this channel I watched did a whole video on like Roman public toilets, and it was shockingly informative, and I never thought I would say that, but there you go. Actually, a very interesting subject. So, there you go. Information that you didn't know you needed, but now you have. You're welcome. Well, they did have dino bathrooms in Dinotopia. We need that in Fiendish pooping details. And it's just, I make sure that every building has an outhouse, and that's all you need to know. Oh my gosh. We're ending this stream, guys. This is devolving way too quickly. Billy says, when I can wake up thinking about stuff like how shrines from Breath of the Wild could be improved so design fits the environment better, I know the day is going to be a good one. Yeah, we all have that obsessive streak, don't we? I know those days. Oh my gosh, you guys. They don't have indoor plumbing. It's a pre-industrial world. Not just pre-industrial. It's like there aren't even real kingdoms. I want a world, like I want to go for something, a world where at least on the continent of Arvos, it's mostly just independent settlements or city-states. I wanted the world to feel like mostly really independent, really disorganized. There's some organization, like I mentioned, Drakia is a city-state, and there are some other like loose confederacies, but I wanted the world to feel really ancient, and I don't know. I don't know why I love like really ancient things, right? Just things like that feel like on the brink of our knowledge, that like the record keeping that we have, that we understand. I love that kind of stuff. I spent so much time wondering like what happened in prehistory, like all the knowledge that was lost. I want to know. All the knowledge that was lost. So sad, so sad. More poop talk. Okay, this is a disaster. Anyhow, a good question. Thank you, Gary G. You're awesome. Do you have a date for Fiendish Chapter 2 sign up in mind? The only date so far is as soon as I start fulfilling the color books, I'm going to put up the Chapter 2 sign up. That's my plan right now. So that's been pushed back because of the issues I've had getting Chapter 1, the color edition of Chapter 1 printed, as you all know. But right now, the chapter 2 sign up is looking at probably like mid-January. So I'm aiming to, oh boy, that's like a couple weeks. Holy crap. Late January. Okay, give me a month. So a month from now, I will have the chapter 2 sign up. So I'm like, whoa, it's New Year's. So that came really quickly. Yeah. So I'm trying to finish. This is why I'm trying to like bang out some more pages and get Nick to color a few of the important ones, and just enough to get the sign out sheet. And I really need to like hunker down and focus on getting the pages done for chapter 2, because I've spent a lot of time writing, and I've also like taken on a chunk of commissions and stuff. But like I'm like, I want to, besides from just, I still have a day job, I need to hunker down and work on pages now, because I want this to be done quickly. And I'm kind of impatient because I want to get to the rest of the story, and I'm so excited to tell the rest of it. And like the chapter, the ash can or side story that I told you about, I'm really excited to get to that as well. So I can't wait. By the way, for a progress on chapter 2, the pencils are done. So I'm in the inking stage right now. The pencils and layouts, I'm gonna tweak the layouts for a couple of pages towards the end, but yeah, the layouts are all done. I just have to go through the long process of my slow ass inking the whole thing. Billy says, don't worry about the signups until you feel most people have gotten their color version of the book. Ride the wave of fulfillment and happiness. Yeah, I don't want there to be too big of a gap though, and mostly what I'm worried about is I want the actual campaign. I don't want the big gap between like the chapter 1 fulfillment and the campaign, right? I don't want to keep people waiting too long. So the issue is me working fast enough. So it's time for me to be in crunch mode. That's what I feel like I should do. Billy says take your time and do it right. I mean, I'm not going to like rush and make things look bad ever, and I'm glad that you're saying that I should take my time and do it right. I really appreciate that, but just like I'm in a hurry. I want to get this project done quickly because it's a big project, and I don't want to take forever. So it's not just that. I'm so grateful that people have been really patient and understanding, and they know that especially like most indie artists have a day job as well, and drawing comics take time, and we're mostly like just one person teams, and we're multitasking and doing our own marketing, and also doing like YouTube things, and also doing fulfillment, and so that all this takes time away from drawing, and it drives me crazy. But I love doing all of it, but like drawing is the thing that takes the most time, and it has to be done, so it has to be done first. And I'm really glad people are understanding of that, but I'm just in a hurry for myself. I want this to be done. Like, I want to hurry up on this project. So, yeah. Yeah. I need to go because I'm supposed to be on Dojo's channel. He pushed his start time back to 10:15 just for me because he was so kind, but I need to leave soon. So I don't keep him waiting too long. So, on that note, one last look. Here are the covers. I think I'm going to go with this version, if that's what everybody likes. I think I'll put it up on Twitter, let everybody vote. How much of Fiendish 2 is already done? I have like 12 pages inked. But all the pencils are done, so that's the process right so far. None of the colors, but I'm going to be sending the ink pages to Nick to color real soon because I want to get that sign up page ready. So yeah. Let's stop sharing that. Thank you guys for joining me for this impromptu stream. It's just me yapping for like a couple hours again, and I'm shocked at anyone who wants to sit around and listen, but I'm so thankful, and I hope I informed you all on the process of the project, and you guys are happy with where the process and where the project is, and the printing and everything. I'm really looking forward to color book being in my hands, and I know some people, mostly people have been very patient and understanding, but I understand if people are in a rush, and some people have told me they really want the book and they are not happy that it is late, and I totally understand. You have a right to criticize me, but just know that I am also very much in a hurry to see this book, and I want to hold it in my hands and I want to ship it out to people. But that should be, we should be printing the book after like the New Year's holidays. So the printing files and everything are ready to go. I think they're just waiting to have the paper. I'll keep everybody updated. Follow me on Twitter for more information on that. I'll let everybody know as soon as the process is underway. I'll keep everybody updated. And yeah, thank you all for your support. You guys are awesome. Now go over to Dojo-kun's channel. I don't have the link, but somebody posted. Anyway, just Dojo-kun Comics. Yeah, I'm going to be co-hosting tonight. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about some other Indiegogo campaigns, and I don't know what else, but I do know that there's a couple of campaigns that I've been looking at that look really awesome, so we're going to be going over those. And one of them is like Viking stuff, and I'm like, hey, that's my shit. So I'm really excited to be talking about that. Okay, thank you guys once again. I'm Rainy Draws. Follow me on Twitter, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye! Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, Aviator. Thank you for joining. You guys are awesome. Outro. Okay. Bye, guys. Mwah.